Hello everyone, Republic Jim here. Just doing an update on my handcart project. In case anybody is wondering, I do sometimes actually complete projects I'm working on. This is my completed DIY handcart using a utility sled and other odds and ends of parts. And I still want to do some fine tuning on it, but it's basically all completed now and ready for use. So in the words of another very popular YouTuber, let me show you its features. So as I stated, obviously it uses a large utility sled, which I showed last winter using in the snow, but wanted to set it up for use as a handcart. Got my high wheels off the old lawnmower, and I know it's a little hard to see there, but a 4x4 and a 2x4 underneath to get the correct spacing. And I have some eye bolts that the ratchet strap goes to, and then the ratchet strap goes across and is fastened to that 2x4, which is to maintain the spacing so I can cinch it down tight to keep the axle in place without collapsing the sides of the sled. That 2x4 will somewhat limit the way I can load cargo in there, but it shouldn't be a big deal. I can still fit lots in there. And then I cut a couple of poles, branches on my property. That one on that side is actually a little bit bigger than what I'd intended. I think once I peel the bark off, it'll be a little bit more manageable, but it's actually not bad anyway. And I ran them through by the ratchet strap there, and then just sank a couple of screws with washers in through the top there into the wood to secure it. And they're pretty stable. I got them to angle in just a little bit to get the correct width out here. And then this is an old weightlifting belt, which I don't tend to use, but I wanted something to put across the front of my hips to be able to push against. I have those attached to the handles there with these pre-made prussiks that I've had kicking around for quite a while, and with little carabiners to go through the holes there, so it's easy to detach if I want. I attached it with prussiks like that because anytime I'm pushing against it, it'll hold nice and steady, but I can easily adjust the positioning on that if I want to. So gives me some pretty good options for when I'm pulling it. And now it's time to load a little bit of weight in this thing and take it out for a spin across the field and see how it does. Okay, I've got 125 pounds loaded in there. It's not balanced great because they're just weight plates and they can move around. I should point out I also added a scrap of 3/4 inch plywood to help distribute the weight a little better, because I don't know just how much this sled can take when it's not actually resting on solid ground or on snow. But anyway, I figure 125 should be a good starter test to see how it does. Okay, so the balance on that is really good. I've got the weight kind of centered right around the axle, and it was very easy to pick up the handles. In fact, I can hold that balance with just one finger, so not bad at all. So here goes. so that was actually quite easy. The only difficulty I ran into is going over some of the really bumpy stuff. The sled, being plastic, does have some flex to it, and these handles have some give too, so it was, you know, kind of bouncing around a bit there, but this belt really helps just distribute the load to where most of the work is being done by my legs. My hands are just holding on and steering for the most part. And in fact, I can almost, yeah, I can just hold it up just with this belt here when the weight's relatively balanced. So, and then as far as putting it down and getting out of there, it's just that easy. So, you know, kind of a redneck engineering type hand cart, but using what I have and just a few dollars worth of hardware that I had to buy. So I'm pretty pleased with it, and I can't wait to get it out in the field and try it out on an overnight camp out. Yeah, I'll be making a few more modifications. Like I said, I'll probably peel the bark off this one handle and make a few other minor improvements. At some point I might try to rig up some sort of brake to keep it from rolling backwards, like if I stop on a hill. But other than that, I think it's ready to go. So hope that's been interesting or informative to people, and maybe inspire somebody to make their own version of one. That's all for now. This has been Republic Jim. I'll talk to you later.